there was a lot of news that came out. Specifically, it's not shocking news where it was just kind of confirming the worst, and Kyle Bradish for the Orioles is out. He's done for the season. And then on top of it, Danny Coulombe is going to be on the IL at least until September, when he had surgery to remove bone chips. I guess, Tim, I feel like it's evident the Orioles are going to go after pitching, but where do you think that they go with this? And one name that I keep getting floated, I don't see this happening at all, but the name that everyone says, well, he's free, is Trevor Bauer. And personally, I don't see the fit, but if you could just articulate on this situation what the Orioles are going to have to navigate.
Right. I don't see the fit with Trevor Bauer with the Orioles, or frankly, anybody else. I don't think he's ever going to pitch again in the big leagues, but we'll see about that. The Orioles have to do something. The trade for Corbin Burnes showed everyone that they're all in. And once you go all in, you have to stay all in. So they have to go to the White Sox and try to get Garrett Crochet, who's really good, would be an overpowering second, third starter on their team. They have to go to the Marlins and see what it's going to take to get Jesus Luzardo. There aren't too many. This is part of the problem, though, fellas. As you know, so many teams are in the race for a wild card. Look at the Cardinals, who were terrible for about a month and a half. And right now, they're a wild card team, and they don't even have a 500 record. So if you have a chance, if you're the Cubs or the Mets, and you have a fighting chance to win a wild card, you can't give up. You have to go buy. So there are very few sellers out there, but the White Sox will be one. The Marlins will be the other. Another. Angels, I'm not sure what's there. A's, certainly. Mason Miller, I'm not sure they're going to move him, but imagine picking him up for the bullpen, or picking him up and making a starter out of him. And the Orioles have enough resources in their minor league system to pretty much go get whatever they want. It will be fascinating to see who they get and when they get them, but I don't see any serious action for literally another month, because so many teams are trying to figure out where are we in the process.
Hey, you know what? If I say it, Tim, people think I'm crazy, and I might be nuts, but that's for a different conversation. Zach, quick follow-up?
Yeah, quick follow-up, Tim. Thanks for joining the show. So you mentioned Garrett Crochet first, and I feel like he's the hot name on the market right now. Do you have any concern, especially with pitching injuries this year? I mean, we've seen it everywhere. Crochet's already pitched 88 in 2/3 innings this year. His highest before that was 54, and before that was 12. So does that workload already exceeding what he's done in past season, do you think that's going to turn any team off that's trying to go and win now mode?
Yeah, there's a concern there. There's no doubt. And I looked at his career numbers, like this X number of relief appearances. And then he started on opening day. That was like unprecedented. And yes, the workload is something every team is worried about every single day. Now you're taking a situational short reliever and making him into your ace, starting him on opening day, and he's going to have well over 100 innings by the All-Star break. What's he going to be like down the stretch? But this is, again, fellas, this is where general managers earn all their money right now. Are we in? Are we out? Are we going to give up 2, maybe 3 really good young players to get Garrett Crochet, because he might be the last guy we need? But is he going to hold up? This is a crapshoot of crapshoots at the trade deadline, and he presents an interesting problem.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think anyone saw him going from before the season was reliever Garrett Crochet to now it's ace, star deadline acquisition Garrett Crochet. So it's crazy to see how he's transformed.
Rocco, to wrap this up, what do you have?
I did want to ask you, though, about Kade Pichel, because he's made 3 starts. What I wanted to ask you is, what has impressed you the most about this kid? Because he is 24 years old. He's a rookie. And through 3 starts, he's looked really good. I mean, He had 6 earned runs his first start when he goes into a hostile environment in Toronto. Then he settles in Camden Yards. And then he goes into an even more hostile environment in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. And he really did look solid. I've seen the overlay with Max Fried, just the side-by-side, and that's looked pretty cool. Pitching Ninja threw something out about that. But what do you think Kade Pich's ceiling is in Major League Baseball as he continues his career at 24 years old.
Yeah, he's really impressive so far. And like so many young guys, he seems unflappable. He has poise. I think these guys, even though they play fewer games in the minor leagues, but I think as much as I dislike the whole travel ball thing and having your own personal coach, I think when you have all these, you're a little bit closer to the big leagues than people were, say, 30 years ago. These guys get to the big leagues, their stuff is ready. And when you have the stuff and you're poised like he does, that's a pretty darn good combination. So I'm very impressed with him, but I am so impressed with so many young kids who get to the big leagues. They're bigger, stronger, faster, and more ready than ever with fewer innings, fewer at bats, all that. But they're just so physically gifted. They just overpower the sport with those physical gifts, with their stuff. Now all they got to do is learn how to play the game properly, and they're all going to be monsters because their physical talent is ridiculously high.